Hello, welcome back. So yesterday we talked about solving equations and we used a scale to solve equations and we used M&Ms and cups. Today we're going to be working on solving equations, but we're going to kind of take that scale out of the picture and just look at some numbers and see if we can do the same thing with an equation that we did with the scale. So it's just a new way of thinking about solving problems, but we're doing the exact same thing we did yesterday. So let's take this problem for instance. Yesterday we had a scale set up and it looked something like this. It had a bottom and it had this going across the top. And on one side we had an X or a cup plus 6 M&Ms, and on the other side we had 9 M&Ms. Alright, so same thing. Let me see if I can get rid of that scale here. Same thing here. So if you remember yesterday, to solve this problem, what I had to do was eat some M&Ms. And if I ate 6 M&Ms from this side, if I got rid of 6 M&Ms on that side, I also had to eat 6 M&Ms on the other side of my scale to keep everything in balance. So if I ate all the M&Ms on the left side of the equation, all I had left was 1 cup. And if I ate 6 M&Ms from the other side, 9 minus 6 left me 3 M&Ms. And so underneath my 1 cup, there were 3 M&Ms. Therefore, my unknown, X, must equal 3. Again, same concept we did yesterday with the scales. We're just kind of taking the scales away. Let's look at another one. In this example, if we were thinking about the scales, I would have 4 cups on the left side, 4 X's, 4 unknowns on the left side, and on the right side I'd have 20 M&Ms. And again, I want to know how many M&Ms are under each cup. So what I could do is I could split these 4 cups up. I could divide by 4. And if I divide one side by 4, I need to divide the other side by 4. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm taking these 20 M&Ms and I'm splitting them into 4 groups. Okay? And that's because I have 4 cups. So that's why I'm splitting them into 4 groups, because then I can know how many M&Ms are under each cup. So when I divide both sides by 4 like that, I'm left with X on the left side, and then 20 divided by 4 is 5. So my unknown must be 5. There must be 5 M&Ms under each cup. Alright, so let's get to some more did some of these yesterday with the scales. And here's the deal with these problems. I have these 2 extra M&Ms on the left side here. And I need to eat those M&Ms before I can split the equation into 3. So I need to get rid of those 2 M&Ms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and eat 2 M&Ms. And if I eat 2 M&Ms from this side, I also need to eat 2 M&Ms from the other side. Right? And remember that the equation, the equal sign, is what splits your equation in half. That's what splits your scale in half, that equal sign. So whatever I do to one side of the equal sign, I must also do to the other side of the equal sign just to keep my equation in balance. When I eat 2 M&Ms from the left side, I'm just left with 3 cups, 3 unknowns. On the right side, when I eat 2 M&Ms, that leaves me with only 12 M&Ms. Now, since I have 3 cups, that means I need to split these 12 M&Ms into 3 groups. Okay, so I'm dividing my right side by 3, which means I need to divide my left side by 3. 3 divided by 3 would give me just 1x, or x. And 12 divided by 3 would give me 4. So that means under each cup, I have 4 M&Ms. What you could always do is plug this number back into your equation to see if it makes sense. So remember up here I had 3 times x plus 2 equals 14. Well, if instead of x I put a 4, so if I had this 3 times 4 plus 2 equals 14. Well, 3 times 4 was 12, and then plus 2, and 12 plus 2 is 14, and 14 does in fact equal 14. So that's a true equation. My unknowns must equal 4. Alright, let's try one last example. See if you can stick with me on this. This might be a good time to pause the video and try this equation on your own and see if you can solve it on your own, and then play the video to check yourself and see if you got the right answer. Let's try this out. Here's the deal: is on the left side of my equation, I have 2 cups and 10 M&Ms. 2 cups, 10 M&Ms. On the right side, I have 16 M&Ms. So what I know is, since I have 16 M&Ms on the right side, the left side must also equal 16, because my equation has to be in balance. My scale has to be in balance. So what I'm going to do is, first I need to get rid of these extra M&Ms. I'll worry about the cups here in just a minute, but let's get rid of those extra M&Ms that are just sitting outside of the cups. So the way that I get rid of those is, if you're Mr. Coffee, you eat them, right? So here we go. If I eat all 10 M&Ms that are on the outside of the cups from one side, then that means I have to eat 10 M&Ms on the other side also, so that my equation stays balanced. If I eat 10 M&Ms from the left side, then that means I only have 2 cups left. And if I eat 10 M&Ms from the right side, I had 16 and I ate 10, so that leaves me only 6 M&Ms left. Now, since I have 2 cups, I need to split these 6 M&Ms into 2 groups to find out how many are in each group. And if I divide one side by 2, I need to divide the other side by 2. 2 divided by 2, those cancel out and just give me 1x, 1 cup. And 6 divided by 2 gives me an unknown answer of 3. There must be 3 M&Ms underneath each one of those cups. Alright, I hope that this explanation helps you out a little bit, and if you have any questions, let me know in class, or you can always go back and watch this video again. Thank you, and I hope it comes easy to you. Bye.